Alright, I guess we're gonna miss Sonic, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
it's
too bad.
okay.
It is too bad.
He was notified.
Actually, he was the only one. He was one of the first persons to actually send me a PM saying, "Oh, hey, I'll be there." Unlike you,
Stuff comes
some
up.
of you.
I was kind of afraid I wouldn't make it today, but I made it.
Yep.
So we're gonna start
You
early
guys- No.
We got
You
like
guys,
some
you guys nervous?
then? Nah.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
my
know why we
first
started
time.
recording so fast. I mean, so soon.
This is the third one, so.
Should I wait till the?
Oh, it's the second one.
Well, it's my first time, so be gentle.
I was in the first one.
It's gonna be so messy.
Anyways.
I don't know.
But
This
the
is
first one
my
was
first
0, so that one doesn't count.
I was still there for it.
Well then,
Therefore, this is the third one for me.
Like the Espada.
Actually, this is also the third one. Actually, this is the first one for me by doing being a host, which
It's true.
congratulations.
that doesn't really matter.
Padawan learner my ass. You're just trying to get back at me for calling you the Kohai, right?
No.
Kohai.
We all know who the Kohai is.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of the Usagi Cast. I will be your host, AnimeKami, and with me here are four lovely gentlemen: aidenraine, biopower, GoldTStar, and SwaggerCandy.
Hello.
And
Hey.
excuse me. Make that 5 people. Sonic 720. Well, better late than never. And so today's agenda, we will be talking about 4 topics. And the first one will be quantity in the form of quality. And to give the audience a little bit background information on this topic specifically, imagine Fullmetal Alchemist, a 50-plus episode anime done in 3 30-minute episodes. Would this be as good as it is now? And so I will open the floor to someone random. SwaggerCandy.
Hi. Well, what I think about it is, like, if, say, like a 50 episode anime like Fullmetal Alchemist is condensed down to like a 3 episode, I don't think it would be enough for like character progression or like for people to get into the story, as well as, I don't know, someone help me out here. I wasn't really good.
All right. Let's get some more other thoughts on this. How about GoldTStar? What are your thoughts on this?
I feel like there's no way a show like Fullmetal Alchemist could be considered as good if it was only 3 episodes, 30 minutes. Because first of all, Fullmetal Alchemist, you go through a long story of struggle, some triumph, but to condense all that into 3 episodes would just it would not work out at all.
Okay. Of course, that example was it was an extreme hypothesis I came up with. If you were to say any other anime that was about 12 episodes, maybe 2 occur, if the episode count was reduced, how would you or can you give any specific examples where maybe that could actually be better with a reduced episode count?
Yeah, actually there's one that's right off the top of my mind, and it was something from last season, Ore Monogatari. That is a show that could have been easily finished in 3 episodes as opposed to it being a 2-course show. Because basically we saw a bit of development, and it was basically the main thing was resolved, and it could have easily ended after 3 episodes, and we would have gotten to know the characters, we would have gotten some fulfillment out of seeing it. But yeah, that's definitely a show I feel would work better. That's shorter, would work better.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Gold. That was I'm still watching that show this season actually, and it really should have ended a lot shorter. I don't know, probably 3 episodes actually probably could have done it all. I mean, you have your struggle with the love relationship, and then then the love relationship happens, and then you can end it pretty much there. But they've been really stretching this out and making it ridiculously sugary, and it's just plain dull at this point, I would say.
Just dragging it out unnecessarily.
Yeah, it really is.
Very unnecessary.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, like at this point for like Ori Monogatari, like they really are just dragging it out. Most of it could have been just ovas actually.
Okay. Okay. Aiden, do you have anything in particular to add to this? You are the most senior of the podcast members.
Personally, I feel it comes down to several things. Like, say, I know there are animes that are several cours long. Like, take Monster, for example, 70-some episodes. But
74.
Personally, I haven't seen that one, but people say that it's a really good anime, and it needs to be that long to be as good as it is. But then, on the other end, you could have something that's just a movie, like Little Witch Academia. 2 movies long. It's about 90 minutes between both of them, and it tells a good story. It's maybe not as epic as something like Fullmetal Alchemist or Magi, but it tells a good story. You have the characters you can relate to, and their struggle, what they have to go through. It's really condensed, but it's just as good. But something like that is a full, like Full Metal Alchemist or Monster, something like that. I don't feel it would be as good if it was condensed.
It was condensed. I see.
Yeah, I like your general idea, Aiden, but for the specific show, I'll have to disagree. Monster, I definitely feel it is 74 episodes. I feel it could have been taken care of in about 50 episodes. I feel like 50 episodes would have been optimal for it, because there were a lot of episodes that dragged out the story out.
So if we were to let's say extrapolate this topic a little bit more, would some of this be considered filler? And like many communities of the anime world think of fillers as Naruto or Bleach. Right. And let's hear some few thoughts from Sonic if his mic is working. Sonic, you have anything to add? Okay, I think Sonic has some difficulties still, so we'll just move on to a different caster. SwaggerCandy, let's go back to you, Mr. First Timer. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We don't bite.
Like, rephrase or restate the question.
Yeah, sure. So earlier, we were talking about quality as in quantity, right? Yeah. And we kind of extrapolated that if certain anime were to be shrunk, that would the shrinking of those episodes be considered as filler?
Like taking out like filler, or
yeah, like so you took out some episodes. Would you consider that filler?
Like the episodes that were taken out?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would consider those filler. Like maybe going back to Ori Monogatari, we could have took out some episodes, like especially in the middle, like where they were dragging it out, because most of it could have been resolved in, like you said, 3 episodes. So
Oh, and, it could
Yeah.
be any number of episodes, even one episode.
True,
Episode
true.
reduction could.
yeah.
Yes. Gold, did you have anything to add to this?
Yeah. Thing is, we were talking about filler. Yeah, I would
Mhm.
consider that filler, but there's nothing wrong with filler, in my opinion.
Right.
I feel like it adds to the story. It could even give some detail to background characters. Some of those fillers, which there's nothing wrong with that, but in a way it's unnecessary. If
You know,
if you want to
question-
get that goal accomplished.
Right.
So yeah.
I think some of these kind of breeds more questions. Would you say even go out of your way to say filler maybe adds personality to a certain series? Or, if you replace the word personality, maybe flair.
I feel like it does obviously depend on the series. I feel like it depends on
Right.
the genre too. Take a slice of life show, add filler to that. It won't be a big deal. Take a I don't know, action show, add some pointless filler to that. People will complain. Which is common. Take Naruto, Bleach, for example, like you said. Hell, if you added a ton of filler to Hunter x Hunter, I definitely would say people wouldn't like it as much. Just for the fact that it has so much filler. And it's a 148 episode show. Just double that. Say it was like over 300 something episodes. Yeah, people would complain, definitely.
Okay. Yes, I think Biopower had something to add to this.
Yeah. Just to bring up a recent example, I mean, if you're watching any of Fate Kaleid's season, I mean, the season, pretty much this whole season so far has been a lot of, I would consider it filler, basically. It's not plot related whatsoever. In this case, I'm not actually enjoying it. I know several people are definitely enjoying it, but I think you could totally just toss some of that stuff out. It's really not adding anything to it. It's just for fun.
Just for fun?
Some people like it more than others.
Would you say this is a good strategy or a bad strategy to add in such fillers?
In this case, I really think I've heard that the plot for this season actually is only makes up of what would be probably about 4 episodes.
Okay.
In this case, you'd probably just extend the last season by 4 episodes, and you wouldn't have to toss in all this stuff. Now, because this is Kaleid and it is a spin-off on its own, I mean, it's understandable that you'll have some filler, some sort of slice of life sort of stuff that goes with it in comedy, but I don't know, there's just too much in this one.
Okay. So I think Aiden wants to kind of tack onto that, the forever kohai of mine. Oh, excuse me.
Bullshit.
Go ahead, Aiden.
Alright, yeah, like Bio said, it's sort of like similar to what Fate did. Fate Kaleid. Again, it's another show I didn't watch, but a lot of people have complained about the second season of Nisekoi,
Nisekoi. Okay.
Yeah.
because that was pretty much like nothing but filler.
Like the first one.
Actually, as a host, I need to remain very, very unbiased. And I would like to just pose one more question about this, since Aiden did bring up the counterexample of Nisekoi. Would you think it is unfair to compare it to Nisekoi because Nisekoi is a longer running series, at least manga wise?
Yeah, I could say that'd be a lot more fair, too.
Well, gentlemen, are we good on this topic? Is there any other final thoughts you would like to add?
I have a few final thoughts. Basically, when I was thinking about condensing series or anything like that, I mean, you think about some of those recap movies that are out there, basically.
Right.
And that's what they do. They cut down. I mean, one big example I can think of, and Aiden can probably add to this, is the Nanoha movie. It's the first season. I suppose Aiden actually probably should talk about this. He's actually seen both of them, so.
Well, that is actually a really good example, because it is an actual recap, and those movies are half the length of the television series. But and then the first movie, as I've told a lot of different people, the first movie actually does a better version of the first season of the story than the actual TV season did, because it cuts out a lot of the fluff or the filler. And the second movie is actually not as good, because it cuts out plot points and characters that should have been there, because the second TV season didn't have anywhere near as much fluff as the first season did.
Yeah, I say if you're cutting out plot points, that's a big problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, gentlemen, I think we've hit on some of the major areas of this topic, and time is money. So let's proceed to the second topic of the night.
All right.
Right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the second topic is mangas, light novel, and visual novel adaptations to anime. I'm sure you are all aware. By you, I mean you. Yes, you.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. I know who you are. Many anime fans are either on the one-to-one adaptation, or they are on the other side of the spectrum and say this is an adaptation. It can have its own flair. It can have its own style. And so this topic, we would like to, at least one of the main topics or subtopics, is to address how can fans be pleased by a one-to-one adaptation, maybe a one-to-half adaptation. Okay, and so anyone wants to take the reign and go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So how can fans be pleased with adaptations?
Yeah.
And the simple answer to that is they can't. They can't be pleased at all. It's like they follow the manga perfectly. They're carbon copies. There's nothing special. They divert from the manga. Oh my god, why can't they follow the manga closer? This is so different. I'm just gonna stick to reading the manga. Mm-hmm. And they just really can't be pleased. So basically, how it's like adaptations nowadays, how it's going on, it's fine to me. It's because I'm aware of the fact that it's going to be differences. It can't be perfect, and even if it was perfect, I'm just gonna see the adaptation and make my own judgment on what I've seen. I don't care what is drawn or written. I'm going to make my judgment on what I've seen.
What you've seen. I guess let me tack on to that, and we'll continue with a little bit of your thoughts there, Gold. Would you say that you might carry a slight bias if, say, you read the manga first, then watch the anime?
I would definitely say you would, but I feel like they just get in over their heads when they read it, they read the original source first, then go on to the anime. They become critics. They become critics when they do that, and that's just not good. I've read a lot of manga, then seen the anime, and even though inside I'm like, oh man, they changed that and they did that, I'm like, well, hey, it's not that important, and hey, it works better this way anyway, and I'm completely fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me raise this one example. Being on Crunchyroll forums, Akame got killed a few seasons back. The ending.
Oh boy!
I'm sure all of you know the ending. People were outraged. I think myself was a little outraged.
Okay.
I guess. And I believe it started on episode 18.
Ooh, perfect. You got it. 18. Exactly.
Yeah, 17.
Where everything just completely went original.
Mm-hmm.
Completely went original. It was following the manga 1-to-1, everything before that. And what do you guys think about this? How about you, Biopower?
Yeah, I think what they wanted to do basically is it was a ongoing manga at the time, so it still is, I believe, and they wanted to give it closure because they did not see a future in giving it another season or anything like that. They had to come up with their own sort of storyline there at the end to conclude it some way that would satisfy people that not necessarily have seen it or have read it, but are just watching this for the first time.
Yeah, let's hold on off of that real fast. How about you, Swagger? Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, going off the Akame got killed topic, it's like, I actually did read the manga, so yeah, it was following 1-to-1 until, like, yeah, episode 18. And I don't know, because it went original, it probably had its own flair to it. But because it was just rushed, in my opinion. It was like, basically, going back on the previous topic, like quality over quantity, it seemed condensed in a way, you know?
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Gold? You said you wanted to have something to add?
Yeah, so basically on this topic, Akame got killed. Obviously, I just said, when it goes original, I don't mind, which is still true. In this case, I minded, not because I read the manga and I saw the differences that were happening, but because what was changed made no sense. Like, watching the anime, it made no sense. If you've seen it, you understand that it made absolutely no sense, and it just did not go together at all. After that moment, the story just got muddled. It just really just went to crap. Even though I wasn't too big of a fan of it in the first place, but from that moment on, it just got terrible.
What about our resident Nanoha, aidenraine? What do you think?
Well, concerning like manga or light novels, that's one thing, but when you get into things like visual novels, like something that's choose your own adventure or has like possible many different paths to several endings, that can get really hard to do an adaptation for. And like shows like Shuffle or the original Fate Stay Night, they'll often do an amalgamation of all the different routes together. Personally, I actually not a big fan of it, especially in cases of, let me see, Air and actually Shuffle as well. Like, sure, it tells everybody's story, but it doesn't really tell it well most of the time. What I think it could be done better if they do like what UFO Table did with Unlimited Blade Works. Just choose the one route and go with it.
Right. Let's, ladies and gentlemen, let me try this one more time and call our resident Sonic here. Sonic, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you, Sonic. Welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. You're a little bit low, but it's okay. We can still, change that after. And so, the question is, manga, light novels, visual novels, adaptations, should they be 1-to-1? What are your thoughts?
I don't really think they should be exactly 1-to-1. I think the anime should have its own flavor a little bit, but at the same time, it needs to still have the heart and the soul of the source material, and they can't skip major events. So like I don't want to see everything exact, page per page.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see it, the heart and the soul of the source material coming through the anime. Capture the essence of the characters, basically.
Essence of the characters. And here's a subsequent question. Is it wrong to have it as a 1-to-1 adaptation?
I wouldn't say it's wrong.
Okay.
But it can get kind of boring to just be watching basically the same thing that you read or played or whatever.
Right. Well, you've heard it now. 1-to-1 adaptation is not bad, but flair should be added. Maybe 1 to 1.1? Who knows? Well, okay, yes, biopower. You wanted to add something, right?
Yeah, sure. Basically, in terms of adaptations, one that I can think of that I know there was a lot of uproar over was The World God Only Knows, when they were adapting the 3rd season. And what they ended up doing was they ended up cutting out most of the girls that he met along the way. But the biggest problem was that they not only cut out the girls that were kind of not affecting the plot, they actually didn't even show really the introduction. They condensed it to like a minute of these 2 new girls that just showed up that are very plot relevant to the entire season.
Mm-hmm. So they just skipped over the entire thing.
Yeah, they did.
And that to you is bad. That's completely wrong. It's not good.
Yes, well, in this case, yeah, I would definitely say so. I know a lot of people, when they would people who hadn't read the manga or anything like that, would go through and they'd start out and they'd be very, very confused about everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, who are these new people suddenly, and what's the deal with all these other people? What is missing? And you could definitely tell that something was definitely cut out. Okay. And that's the worst part.
All right. Yes. Let's we need to, I think, move along really quick here. Let's get 2 final thoughts here on this topic. Gold, you wanted to add something real fast?
Yeah. So you're talking about visual novel adaptations. Okay.
Right.
Obviously, there's good ones, there's bad ones, but this is one I want to talk very quick about. Gurashia.
Gurashia?
Yeah, Gurashia. That's a visual novel I played before it, premiered. The adaptation premiered. And, man, I loved the visual novel. I loved it because it took their time. But the adaptation was, in my opinion, just completely rushed. And again, usually I won't complain about stuff like this. And the only reason I complained about it is because it was rushed. Everything else was fine. I was fine with all the conversion they added, all that other necessary things. But the fact that it was rushed kind of rubbed me the wrong way. If it was a 2-course show, perfect. No
You're
complaints.
talking about like the first season of Gurashia, right?
I'm talking about Gurashia, the original, first season.
Just first season, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. SwaggerCandy. Let's hear your final thoughts on this.
Yeah, going off the visual novel topic, it's understandable it's hard to condense so much content into like a 1-core or 2-core show. And like one example I can think of is Clannad. I've actually played the visual novel for that. And the thing with Clannad, I like the way they integrated like all the roots throughout the anime. And it actually gave character progression to the main character. And then that's where After Story comes in, like where they just go one route after that, after integrating all the roots.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, that's pretty well done.
Yeah, it was well done.
Yeah.
I would say that.
And I love Clannad, so.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts on this topic?
Pretty much said what I wanted to say.
I would say that it's okay to not be a 1-to-1. That's
okay.
Totally fine. I mean, you're going to upset someone anyways, it seems like. There's no pleasing everyone.
Yes,
There
that's
really
the
is.
most
True.
common thing to say, right? No pleasing everyone. Great. Yes.
That's our conclusion. You can't
Yeah.
please everyone.
That's perfect.
No, and you shouldn't, and you can't please everyone in
Yeah.
a sense, right? Because there's always one person on the left, and there's always that other person on the right.
I think the moral of the story is people just need to quit their bitching.
Yeah,
Just
But they
enjoy
won't.
what's being presented to you.
yeah.
At least you're getting
Yeah.
something.
But again,
right?
they won't.
Yeah,
It's true, yeah.
Right. Well, gentlemen, we have a third topic for today, and it's pretty easy. Has anime devolved? And I know this is very just. Oh, this is not even a really great question, but let me give you some. Let me expound this a little bit. So, back in the day, anime was mostly hand drawn. There was no computers that aided the team as much as it is today. And currently in 2015, we have combination of CGI in anime. Some of them are really apparent that are just terrible, absolutely godforsaken terrible. And then some of them meld them very, very well. And so here's basically the generalization of this topic. Has anime devolved? And how will it evolve in the future with computers and technology ever increasing? With the recent release of Shirobako, for those of you who don't know, Shirobako is an anime about making anime. Oh, that's original. Okay, let's enough about me ranting and rambling. Let's open the floor to aidenraine, because apparently he loves it, I think.
What? What do I love? The CGI?
Quiet, you love everything I say. Just speak.
All right, now. As someone who has watched anime as long as I have, there is like a distinctly different style, like pre-CG. But I think as time has gone on and the different techniques have developed with the integration of CG into the cell shading of the anime, I think it has actually improved the quality. I mean, there are some that are just outright horrible, but they can't all be good. And one thing I will say that has really quote-unquote devolved in the industry is probably the mecha genre. I mean, that all those giant robots used to be hand-drawn, but now 99% of them are all done by CGI, and nobody can do anything like that anymore.
Just something real fast. 99% of all statistics are made up. Just
Including this one.
Randomly.
That's bullshit.
No,
No, I think, well, the only...
Studies have shown.
Sorry. Continue, Aiden. That was.
the only like mecha anime I can think of in the last 15 years that has actually used hand-drawn mecha would be Gundam Reconquista in G, which is actually kind of refreshing to see the mecha drawn instead of CGI.
It was certainly very refreshing. I can attest to that.
That being
yes.
said, that show still sucked.
Yeah, well, I'm not disagreeing with that. Anyone else want to disagree with that?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, so.
It's a mess, but it looks great.
Here is something from me to everyone. You all need to go watch more anime.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm trying.
All right.
I'm doing my best.
With that
Okay.
said, SwaggerCandy, what do you have anything to say about this? I think you're the most junior member here.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Let's get your perspective on this as the youngling Padawan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty, I guess, inexperienced when watching anime because I've only been watching anime for like a year. So, I mean, I have seen differences in the art from basically old ones to new ones.
Mhm.
And as of right now, I think anime has been stagnating rather than evolving. So it's just like it hasn't changed at all from like past couple of years, probably like 5 years or so.
Mhm.
So that's how I see it so far. It's just stagnating right now. I don't see it going anywhere at the moment. But with the addition of CGI and all of that, maybe that could be a thing. But right now, I'm just not feeling the CGI.
Okay.
So.
Just something real fast for the audience, just to get a little bit of perspective. How long have you been watching anime, and relatively, how many series have you seen?
I've only started actually just last year, and I've actually seen, I think, under 200 series. So, yeah.
Under 200 series. Well, see, stagnation is okay. Yeah. Let's move on to something. Gold. I think you wanted to add to what Swagger had to say, right?
I just wanted to add to the evolution.
Oh, the whole thing? Yeah. Certainly. Go ahead.
Okay. So you were trying to mention how now mecha series are drawn CGI. Well, they're in CGI, as opposed to hand drawn. I feel that mecha series is the only genre that I am just fine with, CGI, and I could definitely say that. But the thing with me is that I prefer, say, definitely pre 2008, 2008 and down. I feel like that's the animation that I love. That's what the animation. I guess that's the animation I was so used to. And just the whole thing now, the whole CGI thrown over here, how bright everything is, that's sort of a turn off for me.
You don't like the whole lasers firing everywhere, pew pew pew?
Well, I mean, just how it looks now.
Okay.
Just animation, how the standard now.
Standard.
Yeah, I just feel everything's so detailed. Everything's. I don't want to say it looks too good, but I prefer what I'm used to. I prefer what I was used to, what I grew up with. So de-evolution, I think it is. I do think it is evolving though. I think it's evolving, but I just prefer when it was de-evolved.
Okay. Yeah. Certainly.
If I may.
Oh, yeah, certainly, Silent.
Going back to you brought up Shirobako.
Mm-hmm.
There's a character in there, older gentleman that's been around in the company for a long time, and there's an episode devoted to his character and his skill set versus the younger generation. And basically, he's seeing that they can't animate horses and other animals in natural movement, that they have to rely on computers to do these things, and even then the computers are too wonky and out of proportion to be lifelike. So he comes in and helps teach the younger generation how to observe and how to draw the horse movements and animals, while he helps out with the project as well.
Right.
Switching that up to the real world, I personally think that the newer generation has lost some of that talent, and that they need more teaching like that.
Okay.
As the technologies come in, basically replacing that observational talent.
Right.
You're seeing some of that with not only like the animals, but like the background. Animators are doing a lot of the work, and the animators don't know how to do it anymore. That's the sad thing to me. Can't find as many animators these days that can do something that's spectacularly drawn up for a background or animal movements and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm fine with CGI when it's like a car or some sort of vehicle or something, but when it starts replacing a character, or like you have, I don't know if you've seen in various shows where they have people just walking, and it's a bunch of CGI, and you can clearly see it's CGI, and then it'll transition back into like 2D animation.
Yeah.
So wonky and out of place with the regular animation, but there's no attempt there to make it smooth.
Just to blend it, right? Yeah.
And that's the thing that personally upsets me, is that you're kind of losing that skill set, though.
Okay.
Or going back to what Swagger said earlier about like the stagnation of the animation.
Yes, stagnation.
Really, I think it has been a lot longer than he estimated. It's like going back as far back as something like Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, or maybe Gundam SEED. Like, the animation hasn't really changed a whole lot since then. And that's something like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, just to give someone an estimation, that's about like mid-2005 range for the audience who don't particularly know the two animes that I didn't mention.
For the audience that are not old and decrepit.
Dude, I never said such things. You are the one who implied this. I will take no responsibility for that.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely none.
I will admit I haven't seen much pre-2005, so...
That's your loss.
Man,
I'm going back slowly, don't worry, guys.
Yeah, you guys don't even listen to me. I keep telling you to watch more anime, and here you guys are telling me, I haven't watched anime since pre-2005. I'm out of here. Goodbye. Alright, yes. Back on this. I think you had something to add, Bio, right?
Yeah, sure. In terms of its style, I would say there has been a more recent trend that's appeared, and you can see it in shows like Arpeggio and Sidonia. That's been really using the whole CG. The entire thing is CG rather than blending it in. What do you guys really think of that kind of style? I think that it's fine. It's actually unique. It adds something to it in this case. With the ships, and especially with the ships.
You know, now that you mentioned this, something just dawned on me. What if in the future anime becomes all CGI, and then certain parts, like for 20 seconds, they actually hand draw it instead, so the roles are reversed? That would be a day. Right. Gold. What did you have something?
Yeah. About the arpeggio. Yeah. Like, I remember when it was airing, and for seeing it, that really was a pretty big turn off to me. Just having the whole thing being so CGI.
I'm sorry. I think there's some technical difficulties. Could you repeat yourself, Gold?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying was, Arpeggio, when it was airing, and I was watching it, just having to see the whole thing CGI was a bit of a turnoff. And again, like I said, Mecha series is the only series nowadays that I'm fine with having so much CGI.
Right.
Basically.
Okay. I will have to apologize for the audience. We seem to be having an echo. We'll have to kind of see what that's about, but we must carry on with the show. And I believe someone help me out here.
Aiden, I think Aiden wants to say something?
I don't know. Well,
Is he ignoring me again?
I'm not in. How dare you, good sir? How dare you? Yes, Aiden. Please take it away.
AK, don't be a rapscallion.
Excuse me. Did he just call me a rapscallion?
I did call you a rapscallion.
You, sir, are a slubberthegolian. How dare you besmirch my good name? How dare you?
Oh Lord.
All right, so
no
yeah,
idea what that is.
considering like both shows like Arpeggio and Sidonia, actually, at first watching Arpeggio was a little jarring to see the full CG.
Mm-hmm.
Then after a few episodes, you just kind of get used to it. And going back and watching it now, I actually think it was really well done, and the animation and everything is really fluid. It looks a lot like an anime, like the cell shading and everything. It's just a little bit more artificial.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you compare it to something like Sidonia really looks like poorly done CG, and the animations are jaggy, like they're not smooth or anything.
Right.
Oh man.
Well, does anyone else have any final thoughts on this?
I like Sidonia's style.
Right,
Sidonia's
so
I think I'm good.
I enjoyed Sidonia's style as well. I would be fine with series like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just not all of anime becoming like that, because
Yeah.
it kind of loses its charm being that.
Okay. Well, I think that wraps up for the third topic, and the fourth and final topic for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is Banish Thy Moe. Yes, Banish Thy Moe. Here's the two main questions for the cast members. Is there too much Moe with two O's? And what does anime need more of? Maybe more Moe? Always love the Moe. Or less? Alright, let's start with the candy in the oh my god, what is that banana thing? Swagger
my
candy.
First quick question is, cute girls doing cute things considered moe, right?
I would
we-
say so.
We can make an exception for that. Let's just make an exception for today's podcast and say cute girls doing cute things is moe.
Well, for me, I don't have any. I'm not against moe. Like, I actually enjoy it, so
Okay.
I find nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's a good relaxer, like when, say, I'm watching something serious. It's good to like get my mind off things.
Mhm.
You know, feel happy about stuff, relax. Something like
yes.
Kiniro Mosaic or This is the Order of Rabbit or something like that.
All right.
Yeah,
I must apologize to the audience members. It just dawned on me I should define moe is, and to give everyone a brief overview about what moe is. Moe is a Japanese term that was coined. You must forgive me. I do not know when it's coined, but it's coined to certain aspects.
Late 80s.
Late 80s.
Yeah, early 90s.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. So it dawned in the era Sonic mentioned about, in the most simplest case, kind of protecting the cute and innocence of the character. Now, this could go both boys and girls, but I would assume it's mostly girls. And enough about me. Let's get back to the casters. Biopower. You haven't spoken in a while. Let's hear your thoughts.
I think that moe is totally fine. There was a certain period before where it was the craze. I think it was around 2010 or so, when Cone was a really big thing. I know that it was very popular then. Nowadays, yeah, cute girls doing cute things sort of shows. There's usually one or two every season sort of thing. So, I mean, I don't want it dominating the entire season or anything like that, but having one show or two shows like that is just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everyone's being bashful. Gold. What are your thoughts?
Alright, Moe. Honestly? Okay, you see about, 3 series season that are, Moe shows? It needs to be, 20.
20.
Oh, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have enough Moe.
They just need to fill the season full of
Not
Moe.
enough.
Just complete Moe. Okay, obviously that's a joke. But Moe series. All right, I think my first experience with Moe was when I first realized oh wow, look at this, was when Haruhi and Lucky Star got incredibly popular. Then I was like, yeesh, this is kind of there's some more these blobs. And then after a while, I got just used to it and realized that these series are really fun, enjoyable to watch. Like this season, for example, Wakaba Girls. That's a really Moe show.
There you go. Anime of the season.
I think Wakaba Girls is a very good show. It's just you sit back, relax, watch cute girls doing cute things who are extremely Moe.
That is
Yashike healing.
But yeah, I enjoy Moe. Obviously, I don't want to have it filled up the season. I think the rate that it is now is fine.
I don't know.
agree
Someone
with
must
Gold.
correct me. How many shows are aired each season? About 40-ish.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Gold. I don't know. I don't. Half the shows being Moe is. I don't know. Maybe it's a lot. Well, anyways, Sonic.
I mean, when I said it, I was joking, but
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing. I'm just being a teaser. Anyways, Sonic, did you have something to say?
I was saying, are you talking about the entire year or just one season for how many shows are airing?
Oh no, I was just saying one season, one particular season. But I would love to hear your thoughts on the Moe.
For me, it's basically the feeling of Moe.
The feeling, huh?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I've heard somebody phrase it to get an erection in your heart.
Wow. What the? This is a PG-13 cast. How dare you say the word erection? Oh my god, I just said erection as well. Twice.
Wait, when did this become a PG-13 cast?
This became a PG-13 cast when I said it was a PG-13 cast.
Okay.
Anyway,
Right. Continue on. I apologize for the rudeness of certain individuals. Myself included. Continue.
anyway, so basically for me, it's to get basically a really strong emotional attachment to a character.
Mm-hmm.
Get the heart racing, doki doki.
Okie dokie.
That's
Okay,
when
okay.
you're Moe for that character. Now, in recent times, the fandom, especially in the West, has kind of adapted that to the cute girls doing cute things, kind of slice of life shows. I'm fine with those. I mean, they're enjoyable.
Right. Well,
Not necessarily get Moe for them,
mhm.
but as far as like a genre for slice of life and cute girls or whatever, it's fine by me. I don't think there's any excess of it.
Mhm.
I think it fills its niche within the fandom pretty well, and that there's still plenty of stuff coming out that is geared towards evoking strong Moe feelings in people.
All right. I'm gonna interject real fast with a small tangent and go around the cast members and ask them their Moe character of the season. Starting, let's just do alphabetically. Aidenraine.
Of this season?
Yes.
God. Let's see, my favorite of this season.
No, not favorite. Favorite. Most Moe character.
Most Moe?
Yeah.
Of this season.
Yeah. This season.
This season. Probably would have to say the little sister in Charlotte.
Little sister in Charlotte. Okay.
on vacation.
Next is biopower.
I'd say Shiori from Dandelion,
Shiori
the youngest sister.
The youngest sister, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, what are these lolicons?
Right?
Those
I know, right?
Wow.
The one who talks to inanimate objects.
Bio, you mean Dandelion, right?
No, Dandelion.
Oh, gentlemen, that's for a different podcast. GoldTStar, Moe.
Moe. It's gotta be Fremi. She's so Moe.
What?
Who?
Fremi.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I really didn't.
Fremi, Roka.
Oh,
Somewhere.
yes.
Yes.
How
Every
can
time
I forget?
she just talks, every time she just like said something bashful and just I was like, oh man, I wanna be there for you.
I want to be there for you. Did you get an erection in your heart?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Something like that.
Sonic.
Yeah.
All right, your turn, bud.
Probably a tie between Centuria from Manmusu and Albedo.
I'm terribly sorry to put this on you. You can only have one.
I'll go with Centuria.
Okay. And finally, SwaggerCandy. What about you?
I don't know. I like Akane from Dandelion.
Oh, so we have 2 for Dandelion?
Yeah.
Okay, and 1 for Dandelion.
Alright. It's not Dandelion?
I
Like
don't
flower.
know. That's you guys are gonna think of that. But Akane, the redhead twin tail, right?
Yeah, she's just too adorable.
Yeah, absolutely.
As redhead twin tails are.
Very more.
You said who was most Moe. So.
Gentlemen, please.
I just get my favorite.
Redhead twin tails are for different podcasts. Might be the NTR cast,
not?
which I will be hosting again,
Redhead twin
just
tails
for
like
your
that, so.
future references.
We'll get a twin
NTR
tail
cast.
All right, let's get back to the topic at hand, the Moe. What are your final thoughts on this, guys?
I'm away.
I think it's fine just the way it is, like, at the rate it's coming out right now, so
Exactly.
nothing wrong with it.
I think it's fun. Completely fun.
Mhm.
I enjoy it. They're fun to watch. I have no problem with them.
I
Just to
think
get your mind or relax and stuff. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I think we need less Moe.
Less Moe.
But well, personally, I like Moe characters, but Moe blob anime I just can't deal.
And thank you. There is a difference between them. There are Moe characters and there are Moe blob shows. Moe does not mean you have giant eyes. Look like a loli.
We can discuss about the two. Moe blob and Moe.
All right.
Lead it in.
All right. Well, since I'm the one that brought it up, what I think Moe Blob is it's a show that carries itself on no merits except the characters being Moe.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I could probably trace this back as far as Lucky Star
Star.
in 2007.
Yeah,
I actually did enjoy that anime because I thought it was funny. But then you'll get some of the more recent ones where I just don't really enjoy them at all.
Not a Kinmoza fan there, Aiden?
No. Not really.
Kinmo's is great.
I agree with that.
Anyone else?
So,
Um,
go ahead.
Okay.
Don't all
Fine,
talk
guys.
at once.
Yeah.
Well, what about Moe shows that really aren't Moe? Like Gakkou Gurashi this season.
Oh God, I love.
No, that's a
Gakkou
Moe
Gurashi.
show.
It's not really. It's Moe, but it's not Moe Blob because there's the underlying story of the zombie apocalypse and the characters trying to live through it.
That story is trash now.
What? No.
How long are they gonna drag it on? Like, what are they trying to accomplish?
So is it Moe or not, guys?
Of course it is.
It's
It's
Moe
like half-
until the
it's half and
zombies
half.
happen.
Can it be
Alright.
half and half?
You don't want
The
you don't want to
delusions
protect the
are
girls. You don't
Moe.
want to protect them.
They protect each other. That makes it Yuri, I think.
Oh. Kermie's
But-
the only one who protects anyone.
We can
That's
save that for another podcast, Yuri.
that is
Kermie is
that
best
is
girl.
also another podcast. That could be a whole hour, guys.
More than an hour.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sean.
Wonderful. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
On Moe.
I'm so confused about Moe now.
I'm not even sure what to think anymore.
I was gonna say, as far as how it's transitioned over the years, I think it was somewhat pervasive in the early '90s, that in the mid 2000s when it really boomed, and now it's kind of gone down a bit more.
Definitely now it's more evident. It's definitely more evident
Mhm.
now. Like you know, it's
I mean, there's like 70 shows a season.
Seven.
okay. You know, double
Wow, a lot
double
of
the
shows,
amount.
yeah.
Okay.
We can double the amount.
And you know, anime is always being churned out. You can always hope to have more or less moe, right?
Mhm.
Definitely more leaning more towards the less. But
Yeah. Actually, just to be my selfish, biased person here, anime. Do you know what? There's one thing anime needs. It's more space operas.
Moe space operas.
There
There
is
you
no
go,
such thing
Moe
as
space
space
operas.
operas.
Cute girls doing cute things
In space.
space.
This post editing, I think I'm gonna remove someone from this. But
No.
I need more hands. More hands.
well, gentlemen, I think that's all the time we have for tonight. Let's get a ending kind of a credit to everyone. You guys can introduce yourselves, where you can find and follow you, maybe on Twitter or Crunchyroll. Again, let's go in order. Aidenraine, you can go first.
Alright, my name's aidenraine. Pretty much, I don't have anything like MySpace, Facebook, oh my god, Twitter. just if you want to get a hold of me, just Crunchyroll, aidenraine.
Okay. Biopower?
Yeah, I'm Biopower from Crunchyroll. That's pretty much where you can get me. Steins Gate is the best anime. Just gonna say
Alright.
that.
Okay. You can have your closing moments like that. I'll allow it. Use
I just made
GoldTStar?
it.
Okay, GoldTStar and GoldTStar on Crunchyroll, Facebook classified, Twitter classified, competitive gamer. What else? Just all around cool person. Okay.
Okay. Sonic.
Sonic 720 on Crunchyroll. Sonic on Love Live 5th. You can catch me in the contest thread or the Love Live 5th thread on Crunchyroll.
Okay, great. SwaggerCandy.
I am SwaggerCandy. You can usually find me on Crunchyroll. I usually post like episode reviews like every week on most of the shows. And I'm pretty sure if you type in SwaggerCandy on Google, I'm pretty sure you can find out what I look like. I'm serious.
Alright.
Give them tips.
Guys. Alright, I have been your host, AnimeKami. You can find me on Crunchyroll, and you can also find the cast on YouTube, UsagiRoll, and on Twitter, UsagiRollPod. This has been the second episode of UsagiRoll, and we will see you until next time.
Yay! Clap, clap,
Later.
Speaking of Moe, Sonic just had to bring up Love Live, right?
applause. It's too late.